I'm fascinated with this concept that is happening in the industry right now of what is the difference between having to pay your dues and artificial gates. And when I say artificial gate, I mean like it's literally just a gate. You can see through it and you can see the other side of it and you can walk around it. It's just there because it's like, oh, well, it's just kind of been there. Like everybody has to go through this gate, blah, 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 blah. So what do you see as the difference between like you have to pay your dues on this part, but these other things are just kind of, and you spoke about it with like, oh, you could probably learn a little bit more about managing people and running a business from podcasts and you know, like online courses and doing all this other stuff than you would doing all this work that's required to be like become a sous chef or be an executive chef. And I'm not saying people not do that, but what do you kind of see as like, these are the things that you really should pay your dues on, and this is just an artificial gate?
I think it's the format or the end result that you want to create for yourself, right? It could be a huge example. It's you. You pay your dues. You came into the industry, like you said, through a friend, and then you worked at these incredible restaurants, had this incredible resume, and then you got a point in your life where you were like, you know what? Let me take a step back and see how I can contribute to this industry in another way. And then you move into podcast, and then the same podcast, like you started slowly, maybe knocking on people's doors, maybe interviewing certain individuals, family, friends, whatnot. And then that got you to the next opportunity. And then at that opportunity, you basically have to either wait your turn or work for your turn or just close that door, that chapter, and then go to the next thing. And I feel like the industry is kind of like that. It depends on what you want and where you come from. I knew that place, particularly that I come from, certain statuses don't matter as much. Like I said, I come from a family of restaurant. You can literally call them restaurateurs, but they don't care about either.
Right.
They don't care about Michelin. To them it doesn't matter. So always having that in the back of my mind, it was more about what's gonna make me happy, what's gonna help me transcend, not at a popular platform, but to a platform where I can literally go at night and be like, wow, like I'm doing what I set my mind to accomplish, and I'm doing it on my own terms. And I'm growing. I'm seeing the actual growth, which is that's the key word, growth. Whatever helps you grow, that's the path that you should take. Whether it's culinary school, whether it's staging, whether it's reading books, it's different for everyone. You know, it's all about the end result.
Right. I think you and I both have either heard it somewhere along our path of, how dare you not go work at a restaurant for less than a year? Like, oh, you gotta spend 3 years here. You gotta become a sous chef. Blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But it's just like all these things can continue to get disproven. But like you're saying, they're contextual. Where it's like if you were telling me, yo man, I really want to open a hotel downtown, it would kind of be stupid for you to like not pay your dues at a hotel. Do you know what I mean? Like, or to get those skills that are required. But that is actually a perfect segue into this next point I wanted to talk about, with kind of mirroring this last point of the lens at which you look at tacos. There is something inherently valuable that you took from working in fine dining, being at a chef's, like going through chef's counter experiences, presentation and aesthetics. I mean, I can even like see it in the way that your place is styled. Like you care about aesthetics. Where does that come from? Where did you pick that up specifically? Like, talk to me a little bit about like how fine dining influenced that.
I think Seattle definitely influenced just the way I live, the way I carry myself now. It's very, I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's very woodish, flowerish, nature driven. You know, it should make you feel good. It should make you, tacos to me, it's not even about the taco. It's just a foundation, you know, like a representation of what you like to surround yourself with. Seattle to me was very, it's going to sound weird, poetic in a way. Like even when you came aboard and then you brought in this whole, let's play it on branches and let's just start smoking the branches. And it was like, utilizing your surroundings, like that opened my mind to things that I've never experienced. Like working with people like you gave me the experience that I didn't get at working at other restaurants. So it was great for me to jump to different projects and not do the 1 year thing and 2 year, because I was able to in 3 years in Seattle, I worked in 5 establishments.
Wow.
And they were all differently with different cooks with different experiences. So I was able to soak all those experiences and keep them to myself. And from that, I created my own style. And then the scenery out there influenced on how I played. I no longer use microgreens. Instead of microgreens, what grows around? Is it edible? Foraging became a huge thing. Almost, I don't want to say a passion because I don't practice it enough, because in Houston you really can't.
Sure.
You're lucky to find something growing on the ground.
Yeah, but you saw it as a tool, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I mean, if your favorite tool is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Like that's the anecdote, right? Let's see. I have so many other questions I want to ask here. So there's a